Call of the Dead is my favorite zombies map of all time, and it needs to be remastered. I was really shocked and even a little bit upset when I found out that it wouldn't be remastered in Black Ops 4 or Black Ops 3 Zombies Chronicles. And this video is more or less just here to explain why it needs to be remastered, so that I won't have to play with this shit FOV on PC. Sorry. I don't need to apologize. Let's all... nobody needs to be playing Black Ops 1 on PC. Now, one of the most controversial factors of Call of the Dead is George Romero, who is pretty widely disliked, not as a person, but as the character in Black Ops 1 Zombies. And that, while a valid opinion, is really just not the direction the series went into with not having bosses like that. Because, I mean, look at Origins with the Panzer. I feel really bad for anybody that thought George Romero was bad. This map also had the first environmental hazard in the game because it had the icy water. The water would slow you down the longer you stayed in it, if you didn't know, and it would freeze you entirely in like 20 seconds or so, and the effect stayed until you were hit. An important part of the map was the fact that the icy water calmed down George once you shot him and angered him. And as long as he's in the water, he would only get angry for a second before being calmed down pretty much instantly. So you could just shoot him while he was in the water and cheese the whole fight, and that's pretty important because fighting George legitimately is pretty tough. Another great thing about this map is the wonder weapons. It has the VR-11, which is an interesting one, more or less suited to co-op, but also serves an important purpose with George. It has limited ammo, 12 shots unpack punched and 24 shots pack punched, and it calms down George when he's angered, and it makes him disappear when it's used while he's in the water. It's even more useful in co-op with multiple people, because on top of the several buffs you can apply to others when pack-a-punched, it also allows someone to revive another player without being targeted by zombies during the period they are affected by the gun. It makes high rounds incredibly easy in co-op because of the fact that once you shoot another player with it, that player has an insta-kill effect on them. And when you have the insta-kill effect on, you can get max ammos, which means pretty much infinitely you can use that strategy to kill zombies, get max ammo, more ammo for the VR-11, shoot the guy again. It works. The second one is the funner of the two weapons, Methinks this is the funner of the two weapons. The Scavenger is a sniper rifle with a low magazine size, 3 unpack-a-punched and 6 when pack-a-punched. But this sniper is an explosive sniper. It has a large amount of damage and a large splash radius, and it's a pretty good weapon until, I'd say around the mid to late 40s, I think is when it becomes more than 2 shots to kill. I'm not sure, I know it becomes 2 shots to kill at 34, but I would use it until it becomes 3 shots to kill. Then I'd swap it out. When it's pack-a-punched, it has an infrared sight, which is just awesome for a lot of reasons. And it has a lot of splash damage, so it can hit an entire horde with 1 shot. You don't have to worry about the splash not hitting some of your zombies. But because of that large splash damage, it's pretty tough to use without PhD, so I'd recommend getting that. Speaking of PhD and perks in general, Call of the Dead is the first map where you could viably get more than 4 perks. Because while you could do that on Ascension, the Space Monkeys would steal your perks, and that would make it pretty close to impossible to keep more than 4 for the entirety of the map. And you might even lose one of your first 4, like if you lose Juggernog while you have 6 perks, then you can't get Juggernog back. Call of the Dead also has Deadshot Daiquiri. It's a new perk for the map, but not incredibly useful. It's a lot more useful on lower rounds for console, but on PC in general and higher rounds on either platform, it's not that useful. It makes crosshairs smaller, makes auto-aim lock onto the head on console, but not on PC because there is no auto-aim, and a few other things that don't matter a whole lot. At the very least, its cost is pretty similar to its usefulness because it's only 1,000 points on PC and 1,500 on console, making it the cheapest perk other than Quick Revive in solo play. This map also includes the moderately rare and fun perks PhD Flopper and Mule Kick. I know what people are going to say, Mule Kick isn't rare, not in Black Ops 1 Zombies, but if you're coming from Black Ops 2, it can be sort of rare. Especially in Black Ops 2, where I think it only appears out of Wonder Fizz and Origins. No, not Wonder Fizz. It's in the No Man's Land. In Origins and in Buried. But PhD is indisputably pretty rare within the Black Ops games. And you don't have to worry about what perks to swap out for these two, because you can get them as random perks from killing George after buying your standard 4. This map has the sickle, which despite having the same stats as the Bowie knife is much better, and come at me if you disagree, it's way cooler, especially the animation that goes through when you pick it up. And it has an easy Easter egg. For those that don't know, an Easter egg is the name of the hidden challenge that's hidden in the map that usually reveals some sort of like story, and usually involves the core 4 characters. There's a bit of a split in the community about Easter eggs, and both sides are pretty valid, I would say. And one side is that Easter eggs should be difficult, and one side is that they should be easy. And difficult is usually the more hardcore of the two audiences, and easy is the more casual of the two audiences. I'm personally on the side of easy Easter eggs, as they don't interrupt the normal playing of the map as much. This Easter egg is pretty easy and rewards you well enough by giving you a Wunderwaffe DG2 as a power-up instead of the death machine whenever you kill George. The Wunderwaffe is probably the most loved zombies weapon of all time, maybe tied with the PPSH, and it's pretty far up on my personal list as well. Now, this is just my cry and my plea to please remaster Call of the Dead, because I can't play with this FOV anymore. Please, 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 please.